Everybody, I hope you're having an amazing Tuesday. Welcome to another masterclass. We're excited to have you and to talk about how to reduce and lower your monthly bills. This is an activity that has helped thousands of our students put anywhere between $100 to $500 back into their pockets. So I'm really excited for this class. It's quick, it's easy to do, and you could start seeing money back into your accounts this weekend. So thanks so much everyone for joining. Let me know in the questions box or the comments section really quickly where you're listening in from, how the weather is. I'm in Toronto right now. It is a beautiful, beautiful day here. And again, really excited for this class. So, when I mentioned before, like the impact that this class and some of the resources we're going to share with you have had on our students, take a look at Tina. She said, I want to say thank you to Enriched Academy. It's been a year, made some really positive changes. I renegotiated my cell phone, internet, TV costs and saved $250 per month. Canceled subscriptions I didn't use, saving another $100 a month, and then started saving between $500 to $800 a month by budgeting and learning how to budget. Look at Anita. She said, I'm saving $72 a month. Woohoo. A lot of people don't think $72 is a lot. It is a lot. If you take that same money and invest it, it's almost $1,000 per year. And now that money is getting a 10 to 15% return. There's an extra $150 a year, and it just starts to compound. I love what Jolie said. She says, I completed, I was in tears and furious with myself. Today I made 2 phone calls. I shaved $95 a month in my cable, internet, and phone. Another $120 by changing service companies. In 2 calls, I made $215 and I did almost nothing. So that's really what this class is all about. It's not gonna, we're not gonna make you rich with this class. This isn't going to put thousands of dollars back into your pocket. But how would it feel for you and your family if you could just put an extra couple $1,000s a year back into your pockets without getting another job, without a side hustle, without doing anything like that? You're just learning how to manage your money and get really smart with calling your service providers. So here's what you're going to learn today. The formula for real passive income. This is something a lot of Canadians forget. The 6-step process for lowering your monthly bills. The list of bills that you can negotiate and cancel. We're actually going to give you a list. How to find the bills you're overpaying. How to negotiate with your service provider. And what to say to your service provider. So let's talk about the passive income formula. It's really quite simple. It's passive income minus passive expenses, which equals your real passive income. It's funny because most people we meet, they're just trying to increase their passive income. They're just trying to buy another investment property, make another $500 a month here or there, and they're starting all these businesses. They're working more hours. They're getting a side hustle when they never focus on their passive expenses. And the reality is, when you lower your passive expenses, that's money in your pocket. You don't have to work more hours. You don't have to get another job. And for every dollar you save, it's like you're earning $1.50 because you're not paying any tax. Remember, when you have a new income stream, you have to pay tax. Whether it's stocks, whether it's real estate, whether you start a side business, those are all great things to do and you should do them. But if you make $1,000 a month, 30 to 50% of that is going to be gone based on your income tax bracket because of taxes. But if you're able to lower your expenses, then that is tax-free, and that's every dollar is money right back into your pocket. And the best way to think of it, it's like you're saving $1.50. So if you save $100 a month, you actually saved $150. If you're saving $1,000, you're actually saving $1,500. And again, the best part about it, you're not working more hours to put this money back into your pocket. You don't have to work a night shift. You don't have to, go and sell stuff and put it on eBay and Kijiji. you're making these phone calls, which is going to take some time to do. We're going to show you step by step. It's going to take you a couple hours, but these couple hours of work that you're going to do every year or every few years is going to save you so much money. And so there's 6 steps to lower your monthly bills, and we're going to go through them today. Number 1, you need to write down your recurring bills. It's funny because sometimes we just get used to the bills that we're paying and we don't really know what the heck we're paying for. So you got to really get some insight on what you're paying. Number 2, highlight the bills you can cancel. That's the first step. Before you start negotiating calling your service providers, you got to see and ask yourself, what are the bills I can eliminate and I can cancel? Research to find out if you're overpaying. Prepare to call the service provider. Use the script to call. This is an amazing script that tells you exactly what to say, how to say it, gives you negotiation tips. I'm going to share that script with you here today and how to get access to it. And number 6, changing service providers, how to do that, what to do, and you just got to be careful with that process. So step number 1, write down your recurring bills. Okay, that is step number 1. Before you do anything, you should grab a pen and paper and go through your statements, your bank statements, your credit card statement, and just get really clear on exactly where your money is going. So here's an example of what it would look like. You want to have 3 columns. You want to put the service provider bill. So right here, I'll highlight it. You want to have the monthly cost there. And the other thing that's really important is what you get, right? So for example, this person's paying Rogers $200 a month. They get 3 cell phone lines, 5 gigs of shared data, and they get unlimited internet. Okay? They're also paying Alarm Force, $50 a month, door and window alarm system with 911 connecting. And they also have ABC insurance, $100 a month with $150,000 death benefit. It's really important because a lot of times people only do the service provider and the monthly cost. They only focus on these 2 and they forget to really find out what they get. Because what we've seen in the past is sometimes people change from Rogers to Bell. And they're like, oh, here, I'm saving $100 a month. But all of a sudden, they don't have 5 gigs of shared data. They have 1 gig of shared data. And they're going over their data. And so now they're paying crazy amounts in overcharges. And they're even in a worse off situation because they just fixated on the cost and how to lower it. That's not what you need to do. You need to understand there's a cost, but there's also what you're getting for the cost that you're paying. Now, at the same time, you should go through these and ask yourself, do I really need unlimited internet? Do I? It sounds great, but do I need it? How much have I been using this year each month? Maybe it's only 500 megabytes or whatever. Okay, what would that look like? Do I really need 5 gigs of shared data? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Really, the key lesson here is get clear on how much you're paying, what you're getting, if you really need that amount. Because if you don't need that amount, then why are you paying for it? So here's a really helpful thing that you could do. Print out your bank statements for the past 6 months. If you really want to go deep, go 12 months. I like to actually print them out. So I'll go to Staples. If you have a printer at home, you could print them out. If you want to, just use online, you could do that as well. Better for the environment, absolutely. But I like it printed out. I like to grab a highlighter and I like to just go through it and just start highlighting things that stand out to me. Bills that I'm paying, these charges. Now, remember I did this a couple months ago and I was paying $4 a month because I signed up for a free trial to create a invitation. Now, I was hosting a party and I wanted a nice looking invitation. I didn't want to pay for it, so I signed up for this free trial, but I forgot to cancel it. And I didn't know, but there was $4 a month each month. I was just paying, and I wasn't really using the service. And if I never printed out my bank statements, credit card statements for the past 6 months, I wouldn't have caught that. And the reality is some of you are busy. You don't have time to go and log into your account every week or every month to see what's going on. And that's okay. As long as you, every 6 months, every 3 months, you print out your statements and you're aware of where your money is going. You highlight the things that are standing out to you. The next thing you want to do is grab another piece of paper and just list out the different bills that you're paying. Okay, now some of these are going to be very obvious, right? So let's go through each of them right now. You have your cell phone usage limits. These are your cell phone basic monthly fee, your device upgrades. These are all payments that you're paying. Cell phone late payment, call charges, cable, internet. Now, if you go through these, you can see like these are very detailed. Some people say I'm only paying my cell phone, but your cell phone, there's a lot of different charges. There's data overcharge, there's usage limits, the monthly fee, the device upgrades, and it's really easy to find out the bills that you're paying on a monthly basis. That's the easy part. And that's step number one. You want to be able to cancel those if you can and negotiate those monthly bills. But if you really want to save money, if you want to take your savings from like, oh, I saved $100 a month and I'm saving a couple $1,000s a month, you got to start looking at those bigger expenses that happen once a year, that happen every 6 months, that happen when you upgrade your phone, or happen where, you are paying your annual credit card fee to have that credit card. That's where it gets really exciting. So, some of those include bank service charges and transaction fees. An example of this is e-transfers. You shouldn't pay anything for e-transfers. You should honestly not be paying for banking. Unless you have a really good reason, if you have a corporate account, if you're paying a monthly fee for your checking account, your savings account, for your credit card annual fee, and you can't justify those expenses, you should eliminate your banking fees. Credit card interest rates, that's another thing that you can negotiate. A lot of people don't know this. You can lower the total interest that you have to pay. And even if you just get it from 19% to 10%, that could save you a lot of money. Another thing I like to negotiate is my annual fee, because I love points. I love the aeroplan points and I love getting points, but I don't love paying those annual fees. So I will actually call. I can't do this every year. I'll do it every few years, but I will call. I just did it recently, and I will say, hey, listen, you know what? I'm not really using this credit card a lot anymore, and I'd like to downgrade the card to a no annual fee card. And usually what will happen is they'll say, oh, you know what? You've been a great customer for so long. Why don't you just, we won't charge you a fee this year. And I've had that happen almost every time I called to lower my annual fee. Foreign transactions is another big one. Home insurance premiums, car insurance, gym membership, mortgage terms, conditions, and rates. If you have home security, you can negotiate all these things. And you want to get creative. So step number 2 is you want to then highlight the bills that you can cancel. Maybe get a different color highlighter, maybe get a red one, because that's what you know that are going to be canceled. And here's some things that you should look into canceling. Your monthly fees and transactions on your bank. You shouldn't be paying these fees. Home phone. You need to have a really good reason to have a home phone in 2021 when you have a cell phone. It's got to be a really good reason. And try to cancel these. Cable or satellite TV. Switch to Netflix, Amazon Prime, Costco, and other fee-based retailers. Is it really worth to have Amazon Prime? I looked at it myself, and it's about $100 a year. And I don't use the Prime Video. I'll order something from Amazon maybe once a month. And when I calculated the costs and all those things, it wasn't worth it. It was convenient, but it wasn't worth it. Warren Buffett has a great quote. Guys, I want you to write this quote down if you're taking notes. Okay, price is how much you pay, and value is what you get. They're two different things. A lot of people think that the price you pay equals the value that you get. No, it's not right. Price is how much something costs. Value is what you get from it. And your goal is to make sure that the price that you're paying for something, you're getting a ton of value from it. It's absolutely worth it. And if it's not worth the price. Okay, maybe you're someone that orders from Amazon once a week or a couple times a week. Then the value is so much more than the price, it's worth it. Credit card annual fees, you shouldn't be paying this unless you're spending enough where the points are more than that annual fee, but you got to be spending a good amount. Gym membership, that's something that you might be able to find a cheaper gym in your area. But right, I want to be clear. This isn't the list that is going to be a one size fits all. Some of you are going to be like, Arian, you want me to cancel my gym membership? I'm never watching another webinar that you do ever again. That's an insult, and I get it because some of you love the gym. But if you're someone that has a gym membership and you go once every month, is it really worth having that gym membership? Remember, price to value. If you're going every single day, then heck yeah, I get that gym membership. It's worth it. Absolutely, with a smile on your face, but are you using it? Spotify, satellite radio, YouTube Premium apps, software, those ones you got to really, really make sure you're getting value from it. Books, newspaper, magazine subscriptions. Like, I'll give you an example. I used to pay for Audible. I'm not sure if any of you use that for audiobooks. And what I found was I really enjoy reading physical books. And I was only listening to the audiobooks maybe once every 2 months. And it was about $20-$25 a month. And I just kind of came to that conclusion that the price that I'm paying, I'm not getting the value for the price I'm paying. So I'm going to cancel that. Books, newspaper, magazine subscriptions. I've recently switched from more physical books to going to the Kindle. That is a lot of money saved. Even better, go to the library. I personally like to have books on demand, that if I want to fact check something or use as a resource, I like that. But if you don't, then don't buy books. They're expensive. House maintenance, lawn and garden, snow removal. Maybe you're paying that. Maybe you could lower it. So I want to ask you, what bills are you currently paying that you can negotiate or cancel this week? Put your answers in the comments section. Okay, put your answers in the comments section. What bills are you currently paying for that you can negotiate this week? Oh, I love this. Look what Cheryl said. Change my cell phone provider, saved $180. Woohoo! Let's put in Go Cheryl in the comment section. Way to go, Cheryl. I love that. Yep. Great question from Sean. Says, with regards to bank fees, often virtual banks offer much lower fees, but what concerns should we have regarding virtual versus brick and mortar? Sean, I love virtual banks. They're so much better. They're way more affordable, and there's really no concerns to have unless you just want to make sure that they're a reputable bank, right? Like, you look at EQ Bank in Canada, that's a great example. You look at Tangerine Bank, which is owned by Scotiabank. They offer some great services at a lower fee. The only concern is, Sean, if you're someone that likes to go to the bank, if you like speaking to the teller, you like to deposit money, to an ATM, and you do all that stuff, then it might not be a good fit to have a virtual bank. But I love them. The cost savings are amazing. Okay, so we got some of these here. Cell phone, amazing. Rose, Kenny, Dania. We got Kenny says Amazon Prime. Danielle says Audible. Yep. Linda says yep. Bell TV, internet, home phone, credit card yearly charges. Banking, yep. There you go. So, guys, what I want you to do right now, okay, this is so important. If you have a piece of paper or a journal, something like this, I want you to open it up and I want you to list out the top three bills that you want to negotiate this week. What this is going to do is this is going to make it real. This is going to make you put your foot down and say, you know what? Here are the three I want to focus on. I'm going to get it done this week. Let's make it happen and let's do it. You don't want this to be one of those classes where you got excited about the idea of it and then life got in the way. Write it down in your journal so that you get it done this week. Let's make it happen. Set a reminder for yourself. Put it in your calendar. Whatever creative thing that you need to do to make sure that you're going to focus on these three bills, let's do it. I'm going to show you how to negotiate them, what to say on the phone, what are the next steps, but you need to write down your three. And some of you already put one or two. Okay, let's keep going here. All right, so now, step number three is you need to research to find out if you're overpaying. Because some of you right now, you're paying banking fees. You're not sure if it's low or if it's not good. You're maybe paying cell phone or internet, and you have no idea. Am I overpaying right now? Am I underpaying? I don't know. So that's step number one. So how do you do this? There's this really cool site called Google that you could go on Google and you can actually search something like affordable home security plans in British Columbia, in Vancouver, in Toronto, in Winnipeg, in Calgary. You can search like affordable cell phone plans in Toronto. Okay? It's that easy. That easy. Now, there's also really great comparison sites. I'm not sure if any of you have used these before, but what they will allow you to do is, you know what? Let's actually do a live demonstration right now. Let's search credit card comparison. Or no, you know what? Let's do phone bill. Phone bill comparison. So there's these really great sites, like you could see this one is Plan Hub. Let's click on it. And they'll do all the work for you, these guys. I want to be clear, we're not affiliated with them, but they're a good option. So we're going to pick the province. Let's say we're in Ontario. Our current provider is Bell. How many minutes do you do each month? I do, let's say, 500 minutes. How many gigs of data do you need per month? Let's say I need 5 gigs. Do you want to purchase a new device or bring your own phone? I want to bring my own phone. Okay, then you're going to see what happens here. If you can see this, I'm zoom in. Oops, that is not helpful. Okay, so you should be able to see this, but they've given me a few different options here. So I could do Freedom Mobile, Public. I've never even heard of Public. Fido, Virgin Mobile, Kudo. Okay, and this is the start. Now, this doesn't mean that you're just going to switch to Freedom Mobile, right? That is not what I'm suggesting you to do, because honestly, Freedom Mobile, I haven't heard great things about them. Look at the reviews, like not great reviews. So this is just going to give you an idea. And the reason you want to do this, guys, is this is going to be ammunition when you start negotiating to your service provider, because you can call Rogers and say, hey, Rogers, listen, I get 10 gigs of data. I have 5 gigs of data right now. I'm with Bell. I have 500 minutes every single month, and I'm paying $70 a month. But if I go over to Freedom Mobile, they're charging me $40 a month, and they're giving me 10 gigs of data. The same thing with Public Mobile. Public Mobile right now has a promotion where, you know, I could get $40 a month. I got 5 gigs of data. So, Rogers, can you come down from $70 to $40? And that is the best negotiation, because you don't want to go and call your service providers and say, "Hi, Rogers. This is Arian. I just really want to lower my bills. Can I lower my bills, please? Thank you so much. That would be great." No, you want to have ammunition. You want to have facts. You want to be able to do your research and say, "Listen, I did my research. There are 3 service providers, Fido, Public, and Freedom, that offer 10 gigs of data for less than $50 a month. 2 of them are $40 a month. I need you to come down from 70 to 40. Okay? Really important. Okay, what is this website right now, Burgett? This is called planhub.com. I've never used this before. It's right here, PlanHub. I've honestly never used them before. So I just did a quick Google search. This is what I did. I just searched phone bill comparison, and there's other ones here. This is another example of one. Okay, cell phone plans. Looks like this kind of does the same thing. Yeah, does the same thing, right? Like, it does all the hard work for you. It does all the research for you. It's absolutely great. Okay, let's go back here. So then what you want to do, the next important step, is you want to write down those affordable comparisons. This is really important. Now that you've done this, not just for your phone bill, you've done it for your home security, you've done it for your banking, you've done it for your insurance, you've done it for your gym membership, you've done it for all of the things that you're paying. You want to then write down the comparisons, right? And again, this is really going to help you when you call them, because you're going to know what you're currently paying and what's out there. Now, step number 4, you need to prepare to call the service provider. Now, there's a great question from Alexa that she asked, "How do I do this if I'm still paying off my device? I would like to lower my bill." Alexa, we're going to give you the script that you can use to call your service providers. And guys, I'm not here to tell you that this is going to work all the time. I'm not going to make that false claim to you. But what we've seen with our students is you can start lowering your monthly fees today, and there's a really good chance that if you follow the script and you listen to what we're telling you, especially with these tips coming up, even if you're still paying off your device, you can lower the total amount that you're paying. Maybe not the amount that's going to your device, maybe the amount that you're paying for the actual services. No, Joanne, that's not true. Joanne said, "I was told by my service provider, Bell, that I could not modify my package until my 2-year contract was over." Joanne, you can negotiate anything at any time. Everything is up for negotiation. You probably just spoke to a really good service or individual that did a good job of making you scared, did a really good job of threatening you and saying, "No, you can't do this. You're going to pay cancellation. You're going to pay all these fees." Okay, now again, I'm not here to say that it's possible every time, but you should give it a try. Why not? Best case scenario, you lower your bills. Worst case scenario, you don't. At least you tried. Okay, now let's call the service providers. What the heck is the strategies? We're going to give you a few. Number 1, don't be afraid to ask. The places right now that you're thinking, there's no way I could lower my bills there. Try. Just try. Just try calling them. Again, there's no downside. There's no downside to call your gym membership and say, "Hey, listen, I have a budget right now. I'm not doing great financially." Or just say, "I'm trying to save money," and give them a little bit of a story. Again, the worst case scenario, they'll say, "No, I can't do it." And it's like, okay, thank you so much for trying. Don't be afraid to ask. Canadians, we're too polite. We gotta ask. Number 2, be prepared. Okay? You need to really take the time to go through the script, which I'm going to show you how to get access to. You need to really be prepared by knowing what other offers are out there for gyms in your area, for home security in your area, so that when they're speaking to you and they're saying, "Oh no, this is the lowest," This is the lowest, Joanne. You can't go any lower. You absolutely can't, Joanne. You're going to say, you know what? I called TELUS, I called Public Mobile, and I called Freedom. And they offer me a better plan with more gigs of data for $35 less. You need to be able to do better. And when you're able to use proof and evidence instead of just going on the phone begging them, it's your chances of success is going to go through the roof. Number 3 is this. No is normal. I learned this from my mom. My mom was a notorious negotiator. You know, anytime you needed to do a return that was out of the return period, anytime you wanted to call to get some money back or to negotiate something, you get my mom. And it's not because my mom is elegant on the phone, she knows how to do her research. No, it's because my mom doesn't take no for an answer. And it's uncomfortable for some people, but as soon as someone says no, it just gets her started. And she's just trying even harder. She's, let me talk to your manager. No is not acceptable. And she just finds ways around it. So remember, no is normal. Work around it. Number 4, use empathy. Guys, be nice to these people. These are regular Canadians. They're not setting the prices for you. You're talking to the managers and the service or the front agent people. Use empathy. Be nice. People like to work with people that are nice. People don't like to help rude people. So if you think that the approach that you need to take is come on and just be a hard ass and just be rude and be ruthless, that approach is not going to work. You need to come on the line with the level of empathy. Get them, emotionally involved with your scenario. Share a story. I would share a story. If you're someone that's been affected by COVID, if you have kids, talk about that. Talk about how much groceries are going through the roof and how you're trying to save to retire and travel, and mention that you just have such a tough time saving when you're paying $100 a month for this. Use empathy. Empathy works. All right. Next is this. Okay, this is an important one, guys. You need to speak to the right person. If any of you are in sales, you need to speak to the decision maker. That's the key in sales. You can't just try and work the front agent person. They only have so much power. They only have so many things that they could do. And when they tell you, no, Joanne, or no, Bonnie, I can't lower your bills because you're in a 2-year contract, they're not lying to you. They actually cannot lower your monthly fee because they don't have that power. But when you go and speak to a manager, when you go speak to the higher ups, they have that power. They can do that. Next. Oh, this is a big one. This is such an important one. You need to make the time. But what I mean by that, this isn't a call that you're going to make by when you pick up your kids, or you're waiting for your kids' hockey game, or you're at soccer practice, or you're in the middle of cooking dinner, and you're like, oh, you know what, I'll make these calls. No, that's not how these calls work. You need to budget a few hours, because what's going to happen is you're going to be on hold. You're going to be, oh, let me look into this. Can I put you on a brief hold? And that brief hold is going to be 15 minutes at a time. They're going to be transferring you to people. You're going to have to wait. It's not fun. It's not convenient. And you need to make the time, because the worst thing that can happen is you put in all this work. You prepared. You got the script ready. You finally make the calls. And then you're on the call with them for a long time. And you have a meeting at 11 a.m. And all that work you put in for an hour is gone because you have to get off the phone with them. So make the time. Next, you want to document the deal. This is another important step, that when they say, okay, Tony, you know what? We could do $35 a month. I could bump your data from 5 gigs to 7 gigs. Let's do that. You want to ask for the reference number. Okay, you're going to, and you want to write that reference number down, because what may happen is you might get your next month's bill and they promise you $35 and it's $70. And you might have to call them back and say, hey, Belle, what the heck? I just spoke to someone. They said it was $35. I got invoiced for $70. What's going on? Stuff like that happens all the time. You want to be able to say, hey, listen, I have the reference number. It should be a recording in your software. Here's the reference number, RFG2134. Please take a look into that. Right? So you got to do stuff like that. So those are the big 7. Next, use the script to call. Okay, now, if you are a student at Enriched Academy, you all have access to this really great script. And what you're going to do, you're going to go to enrichedacademy.com. You're going to go to user access here. You're going to click login. Okay, so you're going to log in, and this is your dashboard for those of you that are students at Enrich. Like, this is our, where you got the financial tools. You have video courses on different financial topics. I love this. This is so amazing, and we're updating this all the time. So there's different courses on different topics you could see, from stock market investing to psychology of money to how to improve your credit score, how to budget, save even more money, how to invest in stocks, how to plan for your retirement, how to buy investment properties, how to leverage your equity, how to find a great financial advisor. All really, really good sections. But what you want to do is go to the downloads and workbook section here, and then download this phone bill reduction script. Okay? It's a word for word script, right? With tips for success, but it tells you exactly what to say. It gives you notes here. We're going to help you do objection handlers. So this is a great script. It's very detailed, as you can see. So you want to log in and use this, okay? When people say, I don't know what to say, we're going to help you with that. This is what to say. Okay, so make sure you go into your account, you log in, and you download that. And then the last and final tip here is changing service providers. This could be an absolute hassle. Oh, it will be a hassle, right? Just be prepared for that. It's not fun. It's a lot of work, right? Like, if you're changing your internet, then you got to make an appointment with the technician. They got to come, they got to set it up. And sometimes it's not going to work. And then you have to call them back. And then, it could be an absolute headache. But the way that I see it is, you're going to invest a little bit of time, a little bit of inconvenience up front, but you're going to get years and months of savings. And those savings, that's really what you got to think about, right? So when that technician is coming and the internet isn't working, just remember how much money you're going to be saving, right? And you just got to deal with it. You got to deal with it, and you need to do your research, right? You need to really see if these service providers you're changing to are reputable. Are they good? Look what Jackie said. I'm with Freedom. Not a big fan. Honestly, I've heard not the best things about Freedom Mobile. It's great when you're in the city, not great when you're in the suburbs. A lot of hit or miss. You got to do your research. You got to look at the reviews. You got to see what people are saying. And anytime you switch to a service provider, you need to make sure that there is an out. And what I mean by that is, when you get a new phone, you need to tell them, hey, listen, I'm changing from Rogers to Bell. If within a month that I don't like your service provider, I can't be locked into this 2-year agreement. You need to give me an out for a specific amount of time, and you need to negotiate that into your contract, because the last thing you want to do, change service providers, save a little bit of money, but it's just a horrific experience. A horrific experience, okay? And you need to be able to have damage control. You need to be able to have a backup plan. Really important. But it's worth it sometimes, guys. It's worth changing gyms if you're paying $50 a month and you could pay $20 a month, $30 a month, boom, back in your pocket. You're paying $200 a month, you could change to $150. That's $600 in a year. That's a good amount of change. That's good money. It's worth making those tough decisions, but that should be the last scenario. The first thing you should do, try your best to negotiate with your current providers. And using some of the tools that we gave you, we're so confident that you can save a lot of money. So I'm really excited to hear more about your stories on how you're going to do that. Now, We're going to do a full Q&A after this presentation here because there's a lot of questions. But I want to share with you a little bit about, Enriched Academy and some of our different programs and services. You saw that backend that I just logged into. And guys, for the past over almost 10 years now, we've been on a mission to help Canadians put money in their pockets, to have more financial confidence, more financial control, and just take charge of their financial future. And what's so incredible is over 200,000 Canadians trust Enriched Academy's education and coaching, and we're absolutely changing lives. This is just the tip of the iceberg, saving a couple $100s a month. We have Canadians that we've helped them retire. We've helped them save thousands upon thousands of dollars per year, all with a little bit of education and a little bit of guidance. Now, one of the biggest challenges that we see with Canadians is they attend webinars like this, they attend events like this, and they get excited. They're like, great, I'm watching these YouTube videos, I'm reading these books, I'm going through the courses, but their financial life doesn't change. They're not making the progress that they should be in their lives and their families' lives. And let me ask you an important question. Do you feel like you should be doing better financially right now? And put your answers in the comment section. I'd love to know, do you feel like you should be better financially? Do you think you should be farther ahead than where you are now? And if the answer is yes, that's okay. You're not alone, as you're going to see. But use that as motivation. Use that as a stepping stone to get better, to take more control over your money, and to educate yourself. That's totally fine. So, what we realize, what causes a lot of Canadians to not make the progress and the speed of progress, three things. Number one, they get nervous or scared. They want to invest, but they don't know how to. They get nervous, they get scared, and they don't do anything. Number two is a lack of discipline and motivation. They say they're going to start creating their plan, but life gets in the way, and they just don't have that discipline and the motivation to stick with it. And number three, they encounter roadblocks. That's really normal. We get excited, we try to call our service providers, we get on the phone, they say no, we hit a roadblock, and then everything crumbles and nothing gets done. We want to start creating a plan for retire, but we get frustrated because every time we try to change the numbers up, it just doesn't work, it doesn't fit. And because we hit that roadblock, we stop. And because we hit these challenges, no real changes are made. And for a lot of Canadians, their financial challenges continue. Their financial stress continues. You take a look at it right now, more than 2/3 of Canadians worry a lot about money. It's the number one stressor for Canadians, money. More than the work, more than the relationships that they have. It's financial stress, and it's having an impact on mental health and physical health. If you take a look at it, half of Canadians live paycheck to paycheck. More than half. 70% of Canadians don't have a retirement plan and think they won't save enough money for retirement. It's pretty shocking where you see that. And we kind of scratch our heads and we're like, why is this happening? Why are Canadians not able to live the life that they desire? Why are they not able to pursue their goals and their passions? And for a lot of it, it's because of this lack of not just financial literacy, but financial action, by actually taking action on what they learn. And guys, what we learned over 10 years, and I hope you take this away from today's class, is financial literacy is the first step to financial freedom. But that's all it is. It's a step, and it won't get you to that destination. What we realized after working with tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of Canadians, education is important, but if you do nothing with that education, Canadians, their lives aren't going to change. They're not going to be able to travel, spend more time with their family or friends, stop working. No matter how much education they have, if you do nothing with it, it's useless. And we see that all the time. We see so many of you, and we love all of you for attending these classes. Thank you so much. And you guys keep attending, but when you take a look at the progress for your finances, they're not improving at the rate that they should be. And it's for one simple reason. It's not because you're not educating yourself. It's because you're not taking action. Whether it's you get nervous, scared, you hit roadblocks, you don't have the motivation. And if you don't get past that, you're going to keep attending these classes, keep reading books without actually making the progress that you should be. So here's where we came to the conclusion. No matter how good the education is, how great the events we put on, how great the tools we give you, all of that stuff is not going to change your life the way that coaching will change your life. By having a dedicated person 100% focused on you, that's going to really help you out, that's going to understand your situation better than you know your situation, and is going to give you customized next steps and action. There's nothing that beats that, guys. And we've tried. We tried to do apps. We tried to create new events and add more engagement, do activities. Nothing will change your life the way that having a coach focused on your situation will. And we've seen the results, and they're mind-blowing. In just 6 months, our average coaching client working with the coach increases their net worth by 45 grand, increases their credit score by 25 points, lowers their fees by 1.25%, which is tens of thousands of dollars, decreases the amount of money that they're spending by $1,000 a month, $12,000 a year. Guess what these people are doing? The coach doesn't just help them save money, they also then help them invest that money. And they decrease their credit card debt by over 3 grand. There's nothing, I'm going to say it over and over again, there's nothing that will change your life, you're going to really start to see progress happen than having a coach focused on you, customizing the education to you, doing the work for you, helping you get there faster and easier. Now, why does financial freedom coaching work? A couple of reasons. Number one, it's enhanced accountability. It's having someone that's going to make sure you do the things that you need to do, right? Because a lot of us say, you know what, I'm going to call those service providers, but we never get around to. I'm going to start investing, but we never do. A coach is going to make sure that you do. They're going to check in with you. They're going to call you. They're going to help you actually do what you need to do. Number two, it's a dedicated financial expert. Imagine the progress that you're going to see in your life by having an expert one-on-one, do virtual meetings with you, helping with your finances, your goals, and your dreams. And all they care about is you. You're on the spotlight. It's not like it's a group coaching where you're one and there's 30 other people there with different situations. No, it's you, your family, your situation, and the coach is going to be giving you advice, giving you guidance based on your situation and your goals. Number three, it's bias-free. We're not here to sell you financial products. We're not here to give you advice that's not in your best interest, because we don't sell products. We're focused on every area of your finances. You might be doing great with budgeting and you need help with investing. The coach is only going to focus on investing. They'll look at real estate, private lending, stocks, and really help you create a plan for you and your family. And it's lifelong impacts and results. Our coaching program is 6 months long. There are 6 virtual meetings, and really the goal is to help you create a foundation that will last your entire life, the rest of your life. Give us 6 months to create a foundation for the rest of your life. And what we're going to do, we're going to sit down with you, and the coaches are going to help really create a plan. They're going to get clear on where you are today and where you want to go, and then start creating that plan for you. Now, the coaching program isn't for everyone. Right? So here are a list of great questions to ask yourself, and just answer yes or no in your head. Number one, do you need help taking action? Yes or no? Quickly answer that in your head right now. Do you want to achieve your financial goals faster? Maybe you're on the right track. Maybe you're doing a lot of right things, but you're not moving at the pace that you want to. Do you want to just get there faster? That's what a coach does. It speeds up your progress. Do you want a financial expert to make the process easier for you? Instead of you scratching your head wondering where to start, how to create a plan, where to invest, what trading account to open up, what platform to use, what account to use, the coach will do all the hard work for you, making it so much easier. So answer yes or no. Do you want a financial expert to make the process easier for you? And then next, do you feel like you should be doing better financially? Yes or no? So in the questions box, let me know, how did you answer yes to any of these questions? Put in yes or no. Did you answer yes to any of these questions? Yes or no? Awesome. Michelle said, I made the sacrifice and I did it. It saved me. Amazing, Michelle. Guys, if you've had an experience with our coaching program, we would love to hear your experience with it in the comments section. And Michelle, we absolutely have a maintenance like package. Yes, we do. It's called Wealth Builder. It's not as many calls, there are more check ins to make sure you're on the right track. Awesome. We got a yes. Joanne says yes to all. Yes, yes. This is Susan mcgowan from Nanaimo, British Columbia. She says, I'm not sure where I'd be today without the coaching and guidance I received from Enriched and the coaching program. Um, I have poor credit score. I have a lot of debt I wanted to clear up. I also wanted to start thinking about retirement, investing, and financial freedom. By working one on one with my coach, I managed to decrease my credit card debt by 35 grand and decrease my line of credit debt by 15 grand. By paying off my debt, I saved myself $5,000 in interest, which I'm putting into other places. She said the coaching program is one of the best investments I've made, and now I feel confident in how I'm managing my money. It's just amazing to see, guys, whether you're in debt, whether you have a tough time saving money, and even if you're investing, the best part about the coaching program is they're going to customize it to you. Susan just needed help with debt and saving money, and that's all the coaches did for her. You might just need help with investing, and the coach will sit down and just help you with investing. And Warren Buffett said it best: you will work until the day that you die unless you learn how to make money while you sleep. Financial freedom is a very simple process that's not always easy to get to, but it is simple. You want to reach a point in your life where the money that you earn buys assets that are creating a passive income, and that passive income is fueling your lifestyle. So whether or not you work, you have money coming in as if you are working. It's like the greatest thing in the world. That's the goal. That's what the coaching is all about. It's how do we help you sit back at one point in your life where you have money coming in whether or not you work, so that you could go on those dream vacations, you could spend more time with your family and friends, you can work on projects that you're more passionate about. And great question to ask yourself: in 20 years from now, what would your life look like if you don't learn how to manage your money and create passive income? What are the consequences of staying where you are and not making a change? For most of you, it's more financial stress, it's more hardship, it's more worry about your money, it's more of that weight on your shoulder, it's more having to work at a job that you don't want to, not spending time with your family and friends, not having that energy outside of work because you spend so much time worrying. So, guys, what we're doing to help all of you on this call is we're doing a free one on one assessment call. We just want to help you take that first step by having a customized, personalized call with the financial freedom consultant. It's not a coaching call, it's more of a call where we're going to get to know you. And it's going to follow a 4-step process. We're going to evaluate your situation. We're going to be asking questions like, how much debt do you have? How much do you have invested? We want to get a really good understanding of where you are so that we could start creating a plan for a better future for you and your family. Then we're going to identify the root causes. What are those big things that are holding you and your family back from living life on your dreams? What are they? Let's address them. Let's get them out the way. A lot of Canadians live their life thinking that they're dealing with this challenge or this challenge, but there's an underlying root problem that's really holding them back. And until you address them, you can't make progress. Number 3, let's sit down, and on this call, we're going to help you create goals for a better future. Where do you want to be 12 months from now? What does that look like? How would it feel to hit those goals? And then we're going to help you design your path forward. By the end of this call, you're going to have a lot more confidence. You're going to have a lot more just like, okay, I know my different options. All that stress that you're bottling up is going to be dissolved because now you're going to know the 2 to 3 different options that you could go down. And that's just going to create a lot of relief for you, for your family, and your mental health. So now we only have 3 individuals doing these calls, so the spots are limited. There's going to be a link in the chat box right there. So there it is. And so Click that link, guys. Schedule a call. Again, spots are limited. Book your call today, and it's a really simple 3-step process. Schedule your free call. Add the date and time in your calendar. Please show up to this call, because if you cancel, you can't make it, we cannot promise another call. You're going to speak to a consultant and start creating a plan for a better future. Awesome. Amazing. Rhonda says, yes, I've signed up. I'm looking forward to the stress-free days ahead. Amazing. Mark says, Judith, who's one of our coaches, takes the time to hear you and help you get there. Money well spent. I learned and got guidance to get my focus in the driver's seat. After all, it is my money and my goals. So a lot of people are asking how much the program costs. So we have different programs. The best way to get familiar with how much the program costs is by going and doing the call with the financial freedom consultant, and they'll show you what the program is all about, how much is it cost, and if you're going to get value from it. One thing that we do with our coaching program is we have a money back guarantee after 2 calls. So if you do the first 2 virtual meetings with your coach and you don't feel like the program is going to help you and it's not going to really put you in a better financial situation, we give you a full refund. If we can't help you and your family, we don't deserve your money. So Danielle, if you are considering it, remember, you have the 2 virtual meeting money back guarantee. Danielle, try it out. After the first 2 meetings with your coach, if you don't feel like you're going to make the progress, get your money back. But Danielle, watch, after that first call, you are going to be blown away by the impact that this program is going to have on you and your family. So guys, the link is in the comments section. So don't try to click it. It should be there in the comments section. So let me just pin it actually. So you should be able to see the link there. Amazing, Jocelyn. Book the call. Great. All right, now let's do a Q&A. If you have any questions, now is the time to ask. Would love to spend a couple minutes here doing a Q&A. And, unfortunately, I do have a hard stop in a few minutes here, so I won't be able to get to as many questions as I'd like to. I do have a meeting at 2 p.m. But what we're going to do, we're doing another class next week with our head coach, Alana. So make sure that you attend that class. She's going to be talking about budgeting and budgeting basics. That's going to be a great plan. Yeah, don't worry, Dina. So Dina, we have payment plan options. We have different options for you. So you want to make sure to book that call with the financial freedom consultant, and they'll give you different options and different things that you can do. Michelle, I will make sure, Michelle, if you reach out and email us support@enrichedacademy.com, we will get back in touch with you. And, I think Judith will set up another call with you and show you how you can get back up and running. Again, here is the link to book that call. Amazing. All right. Thank you all so much for today's class. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did get some value from it, give the video a thumbs up and share. Come back to this video. It's on YouTube. In the comment section, share with us how much money you saved by negotiating your monthly bills. We'd love to hear from you. So again, thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll speak soon.